So before I went on vacation, I asked you guys, my subscribers, to vote on what should be the next mystery that I do a reading on. You guys know I'm really into these mysteries lately. I love doing mysteries. I don't like doing current deaths or current mysteries. I like doing old stuff like Lizzie Borden and today we're going to do Elizabeth Short, who's known as the Black Dahlia. That's what I like doing, stuff that was 100 years ago or more. The people that knew them are no longer alive or grieving. So I feel much more comfortable with that. I would hate to do somebody like a current case and their mama find my tarot video. That would like break my heart. So, if Elizabeth's mother is still around, she would be over 100. So hopefully she's not watching YouTube. I don't know like who her family was or anything about her. I wanted to do this cold, and I knew if I read too much or listened to too many videos, it could influence what I see. And I didn't want to do that. Every time I do one of these for you guys, I want to just see what's there. No influence, no video, no Bailey Sarian, like none of that. So I'm going to do the introduction, and then I'm going to explain to you all about today's reading on Elizabeth Short, also known as the Black Dahlia. My name is QueenAusetHeru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and pass it on to anybody and everybody who might like it too. Let's see. Please drop us a positive comment in the comment section. And if you would like to get a reading done, please hit me up on social media or email me. All my information will be underneath this video too. I will also put underneath the video all the decks that I'm going to use in case one of you want to check them out. They're all pretty unique. I use my adult decks today, as one of my friends says. I have my sweet and kind and happy and, childlike decks. And then I have my adult decks. These are my adult decks. You're getting ready to check it out. Anyway, let's see. My Patreon is underneath this video and a whole bunch of other stuff. So please check it out. All right. So this is what we are starting with. This is all we're going to know going in. Well, some of you might know more than me. But Elizabeth Short was born on July the 29th, 1924. So she would be a Leo. She's known posthumously as the Black Dahlia. And she was an American woman found murdered in the Leimert Park neighborhood of Los Angeles on January the 15th, 1947. Her case became highly publicized owing to the gruesome nature of the crime, which included the mutilation of her corpse, which was bisected at the waist. Now, I had to look bisected up. It means to be cut in half, which I could have lived my whole life without knowing, quite frankly. This is awful, okay? So that's all we're going into it knowing. I also know about American Horror Story. I watched the episode or the season. The season is called Murder House. I think it's like one of the first ones. And Murder House is all about this house and people who've been killed in it. It's historical fiction. And she's one of the characters in the Murder House. And they try to explain her death as being by a mad scientist. So when I first did this reading, I was like, okay, I'm thinking maybe they're right. Who knows? It's historical fiction. So historical fiction means it's something that the writer made up. But I was thinking to myself, maybe he's right. Maybe it was some mad scientist, because what happened to her is pretty grotesque. So we're going to take a look at the cards and see, was it a mad scientist? The first card right here. Okay, so all the cards came up reversed. So this is the first one. This is the second one. And this is the third one. Now I'm turning them over, even though they came up reversed, because I want to be able to, for you guys to be able to see the artwork. In reversed, you're going to be seeing it upside down. And to me, that's never very pleasant. All right, so let's push this over a bit and get started. Seven of Swords reversed. Okay, so I asked here, what was the situation with Elizabeth Short? When the Seven of Swords comes up reversed, there is deception. She was involved in something, and we're getting ready to see what, that was a secret. So she was involved with some type of secret kind of energy. And the Seven of Swords, when it's reversed, lets us know that something went wrong. There was disputes, there was negativity, something with this secret went wrong. Okay. Now, part of the secret is in the second card. This card is letting us know that she was part of some kind of a ring. When the Wheel of Fortune is reversed, it indicates some type of like prostitution ring, or some type of it was some kind of illegal ring, put it like that. Something that would make money but was illegal. The things that came up with this one was prostitution, gambling, stuff like that. So she was involved with this gang, and they were doing, illegal activities for money. And like I said, it was a secret. Something went wrong. It was kind of underground. Like, how people go to a speakeasy. For those of you who don't know what a speakeasy is like a club or a bar, but it's illegal. It's after hours many times. It's often illegal. It's not up to code. A lot of times it's in somebody's basement or a warehouse, and they call it a speakeasy. So this was the kind of thing that they were involved in, some type of illegal activities at night, they told me. And a lot of it was at night. That came up really strange. And things along those lines. So she was involved in this in some kind of way. And over here, our Ten of Pentacles was reversed as well. Because in this one, I was asking them who killed her and why. So who killed her was the people in this. I'm not going to call it a P ring, but it looks more like, I'm thinking, yeah, it's like, let's just call it an illegal ring that she was in, because they were into more than one thing. And it had a lot to do with, money and illegal activities of the night. So these people in this ring are the ones who killed her. And the man that's in the center of the ring, she was having an affair with this man. So she was, having an affair with one of the members of the ring. And they were involved in these activities. And then I asked, why did they kill her then? I mean, she was involved. They was chilling. Obviously, they wasn't chilling. There was disputes. There was problems. I feel like Elizabeth wanted more from this man, because we're going to see later on some more indications of that. And she wanted more than just this secret love affair that they had going on. And I think it really was threatening, the ring. Like she might tell, or, something like that. Or they thought she might. And this is what happened to her. And then I said, why did they kill her? And they said that was why. So the Ten of Pentacles reversed is about wanting out of a clan or a gang. So she wanted out of this circle. She wanted out of this situation she had gotten herself into. And she wanted him to really be with her. And they were afraid that she was going to leave and run her mouth. So she was silenced. Now, why it had to be so gruesome? I mean, they could have silenced her without doing it that way, in my personal opinion. All right, so let's take a look here. Six of Pentacles reversed, Three of Swords reversed. So our Six of Pentacles reversed is again taking us back to the fact that it was all about this illegal money and their fear of losing their money. It all goes back to that as far as why this happened to this poor girl. And the Three of Swords, here we go. We're seeing that, there was all kinds of like debauchery going on in this group, and love triangles, and, the secret affair she had going on, and all kind of that stuff was going on. The Three of Swords reverse indicates all those kinds of issues. And it also indicates that she knew, like at the end of her life, she knew that he was responsible. And this is something, can you imagine? Like, many of us have chosen the wrong lover before, okay? Maybe even more than once. But can you imagine you choose the wrong lover and they have you murdered? And before you pass over, you see them? So, like, he was there. Like, whatever this is that happened to her, he was there, or he was around, or she knew that he was a part of it, is what this card is telling us. And how heartbreaking that was at the last moments of her life, and how heartbreaking it was for her to go through this situation up until her death, because this went on for a little bit of time according to the cards. So this is basically the gist of what the tarot cards are telling us, and we're going to get a lot more information. So then I wanted to know more about her killers. I wanted to know, like, more, like, these people, like, I'm just disgusted with these people, and I wanted to know more. Remember I said there was money? There's our money right there. Some of it had to do with gambling. And we have one more right there. So these are, you know, the people that were involved. So remember I said homeboy, you know, the one she was in love with, he was the ringleader of this whole thing. The other people, they were just trying to keep their cheddar. So they're telling me it had a lot to do with gambling. So it could have been like numbers, that kind of thing, you know, something to do with gambling, or maybe a gambling house, or it could have even went as far as to organized crime. So this was a really, you know, deep kind of thing. Number two, it tells us that the man I told you about was her companion. Remember we talked about that? So yes, he was her companion, but it wasn't what she thought. She thought they were going to be together. And I'm just like, he was tricking her over here. And so he was basically, you know, he was telling her they were going to be together, which they never were going to be in the first place. It was all about the money. It was all about the, you know, about the ring. So he was her companion. He, you know, got her to trust him, and he basically tricked her. You know, he duped her, you know, into this situation. And yeah, she did make some bad decisions. You know, getting involved with a illegal crime ring is never a good decision. And, you know, that's how things happen. But interestingly enough, take a look at this card right here. So he was like leeching off of her energy, like draining her life force, you know. And this whole illegal thing was draining her. And that's why she wanted out of it. It wasn't what it was cracked up to be. Yeah, we made some money, some fast money at that, but she didn't feel good about it or good about herself, and she wanted out of her part. And that's where all of this came. And he tricked her some kind of way, because I remember I told you she knew that he was a part of it. It sounds like he either lured her or tricked her in some kind of way to the situation that caused her death. So this is what was going on with her. She got into a really bad situation. And I feel really bad about that, because I mean, like I said, how many of us, you know, have dated somebody that was not too cool, and in her case it turned out like it turned out. Now I pulled some of these cards. These are my my ghost hunting cards, and I asked Elizabeth if she would give us information, and this is what she gave me. She told me that the secret was indeed the love affair, so I was right about that aspect of it. And she told me, let me move this out the way and give you this one first. She told me that she cannot rest because she wants revenge. She wants the case to be solved. She wants people to know what happened to her. And even though, you know, it happened a very, very long time ago, it keeps her from being able to rest. And this is her in this card right here. And I totally understood, you know, what she was trying to go for with that. She told me that because of that, she's an earthbound spirit. She hasn't gone to the light, which is really awful. She said that she can be picked up on auditory. So this is saying that people who, like, they may go places that she was either killed at or places that she frequented, and they may be able to hear her. So this is very interesting. I know a lot of people get into ghost hunting, so they're saying that places that she was known to be, you can, I don't know, There was some hotel she was known to be at right before she died. So she's saying that places like that, places that she was known to be at, places that she frequented, places that she grew up, stuff like that is where she goes. And she can be picked up. She likes to, say things. People can hear her, literally, she said. And she also told us that she can touch things. So some spirits can do things like this. They can touch things, they can move things. In her case, it's like, touching somebody's cheek, or, putting her hand on somebody's back. She can do things like that. And she told me she can be picked up on camera. So if somebody went to these, haunted locations and took pictures, you may get a picture of her or a picture of her silhouette or something like that. So she's telling us that, because she's still earthbound, she's very much, that's a lot. Hearing and seeing and feeling. So because she's so earthbound, she's very much able to communicate with anybody who is sensitive or has sensitive enough equipment. Now, this was the last part. This one here is patience. This one here came up reversed. So I'm going to put it in the upright so you can see it again. But it was reversed. And this one here was reversed too. And when I looked these up, what they told me was that she's been patiently waiting for someone to solve this case. So any of you amateur or professional sleuths out there, Elizabeth Short is waiting for someone to get the evidence, get the DNA, get something that is able to put this person away. All I can tell you is that it was somebody in her inner circle. It was somebody she would have been photographed with, or maybe seen with, out with. And her and this person and some others were in this crime ring. So if you can figure out who her friends were, then you know who her killer was. So I don't know how you prove that though. You can't, take my video and say QueenAusetHeru said it was her lover, but that's who it was. So if anybody can do anything to prove that, that would be awesome, because then Elizabeth can finally rest, because we have right here, she really loved this guy, and it really broke her heart. The situation broke her heart, him doing what he did, helping them murder her, all of that, it just broke her heart, and she's still devastated about it. And that was the last one here about not being able to rest. Remember, I said that she wants revenge. Elizabeth is saying that she cannot rest, literally, until this case is solved. That's why I called out, shout out to all of my amateur and my professional sleuths, because, hashtag justice for Elizabeth Short. Like, we cannot forget about this young lady. And I don't think anybody has, because her name keeps coming up in popular culture. So she's definitely not forgotten, but I just wish that somebody could do more to prove what really happened to her. But this is what I'm seeing in my reading. And if anybody has any evidence, or if anybody can connect any of these dots that we're seeing here in the reading, please let us know in the comment section. I noticed some of you have been following this story since forever. So if you got anything that could help us better understand what we're seeing here, I would love that. But she got too many love cards. She clearly was in love with this person. Clearly. And I just think it's sad. So I hope that Elizabeth gets the justice that she so desperately wants. And then she can go to the light and she'll be in peace. So that's what I got, guys. You let me know what's up, because y'all always know more about these things than I do. Let me know what's going on, and you come back soon, because I got a lot more to say. Also, I need some more mysteries. I need some more old 100-year-old mysteries to do. So if you have something that's really juicy, send it to me and I'll put it in a poll and see if other people want to hear about it. Okay? Come back soon. See you later.